Hola.
I forgot we were streaming.
Hello.
To be quite honest. Is the mic in a different place than normal?
Maybe.
That
Can you
sounds
see it?
terrible. No,
No, we're good. We're good.
can't see it.
Yeah, it's good. All good. Hello, everybody. Hey, Reese, can you do hot news once?
Absolutely not.
You can talk about whatever Destiny news is showing up,
Yeah.
which isn't very hot.
No.
That's happening right now.
Yeah, as far as I know, it started at 9.
What's up, Shadow Assassin? How you doing, friend?
Morning.
Let's have a good stream. Ron, you have high expectations.
Reese can do hot
Wow.
news if I fast forward him at like 2 times speed. And it will
Exactly.
sound like you're normal. And then you'll have a chipmunk voice.
Even then, maybe 2.5.
Yeah.
We can let people fast forward themselves too
Yes.
on the YouTube app. That's a possibility.
So, morning, guys. Afternoon for some of you. Evening for some, I guess.
Pop-Tarts, really? Pretzel Pop-Tarts, baby.
See you just now, GP Turismo. Don't spoil anything for me.
Oh, you want to watch it by yourself?
Basically.
Mm.
I don't mind, like, rough overview of things.
Mm.
I just want to see whatever trailer or whatever they drop.
You know, the discussion of Hadidas made me realize that, like, while I miss South Africa, and, like, if we didn't have the issue with our son, we'd probably still be there. Man, there's so much I hated about that place.
Yeah, I think in terms of animals, Hadidas are the most hated.
I'm just thinking, Hadidas, power outlets, not having screens on all your windows so you can't open up the windows and, like, mosquitoes coming in and bugs flying into your room.
That depends on where you live, though.
Most of the houses I've ever seen don't have any sort of screening.
No, like, I'm talking about a mosquito problem. I never have mosquito problems.
Okay, even bugs at night, though. You turn on the room, you leave your windows open, and then all of
Never
the
a
bugs are
problem for
flying
me.
at your lights. Doesn't happen in high-rise apartments. You're too high.
Exactly.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Or, what was the... Aircon. Central aircon. It's so good.
I will have to say, central aircon is life-changing. I don't know how we live in South Africa.
Terribly.
How?
Terribly.
Well, because you don't know any better.
Exactly. Now that I know better,
I have
it's
regrets.
just, I want to educate everyone.
But also, you guys build your houses differently, so I'm not sure it'd be as easily...
Not as effective.
No.
No, it would be effective. You would have to make sure you put insulation in first, but even getting the ducting into the, like, building would be weird.
Yeah, you would have to do a heck ton of construction, actually.
Or build it with the intent of putting it in.
Yes, which a lot of places have not.
What is a Hadida? It's an Egyptian ibis, the most annoying bird you will ever hear. It sounds like a 40-year-old woman being stabbed to death.
Yeah, they
all
suck.
of the time. And when there's more than one, they just chirp at each other.
It's the most freaking annoying animal you will ever encounter in your lifetime.
So common in Pretoria. They're all over the freaking place.
Yeah, it's a South African thing. You can't escape them.
We got Twitch Prime sub from G-Musin.
They're
That was
ugly
terrible.
as well. They actually have no redeeming qualities.
Absolutely none.
I think as a foreigner, they were kind of cool looking.
They are ugly.
But they're also endangered, so you can't shoot them
They are
legally.
and
the
they're
most
huge
disgusting.
birds.
They are huge.
They're trash birds
Mm-hmm.
who just need to go away.
It's
I don't
like-
think they're aggressive.
they're
I've never
like-
seen them be aggressive.
No, I've never had a problem with
No,
that.
they're very skittish, actually.
Yeah.
Like, you walk near them, they're just like, I'm out.
You know when they're
We
leaving.
actually, so we made a video. We have them at the beginning. UFD Tech Rage build. Let's see if, yes, here we go. Their audio is actually at the beginning, but we just got a tier 1 sub from Sid Lives. Thank you,
Woo!
friend. 8 months.
What was
Split
that?
air systems are okay as well, and you don't have to run ducting. Split air is fine, but then when it depends, because like you have to have them in specific rooms and not the entire place. And then it's like, I never want to leave my bedroom, but I have responsibilities. Yes. All right, Callie, can you switch to my laptop? There's Hadida noises at the beginning of this video.
Oh, gross. Just hold on, I need to...
Creativity. It's more than just your life.
All right,
It's
let's
also
see.
your
You can hear it in the background, right?
Yeah.
Ah! I want you to listen.
No, I could hear it.
No,
I
hear it.
could
Listen.
Terrible.
Listen to the birds. I can hear it coming from your headphones, and it makes it sound like they're outside.
I know.
No!
It's giving me
PTSD.
PTSD.
I hate them so much.
All hours of the day and night. Those birds are annoying.
You just scream.
They sound like they're scared of flying.
I'm so glad we don't have them. I thought it was a baby screaming. It's close enough.
More than one person said it sounds like a baby.
They're big birds. Like
Their wingspan is massive.
Yeah.
our tiniest cat, she was really small, would hunt them. And I swear, if she actually caught one, it would fly away with her. She wouldn't be able to hold it down.
We also have birds like that in Thailand. So annoying.
It's like a crane, except it's a trash crane.
It's the budget version that they just took leftover crane parts and just smushed it together.
That sounds about right. You know what else sounds about right? Our existential questions. So let's do one.
Doing a EQ.
These look small.
No. You can't really tell from the picture. But
Here, somebody wants me to pull up a picture. If you could switch to my laptop.
A picture.
Yeah. Frick these birds.
frick them some. They've got pretty wings. They like shine different colors, but there's no real redeeming quality to any of them.
Frick these birds, man. All right, let's get back to the existential question.
Seems like we have no sound.
Oh, Kat, you didn't unmute us, apparently.
Yeah.
Or maybe you did.
No, I forgot to unmute you.
Oh, well.
Whoopsie.
Nobody needed it. That's all you missed.
Essentially.
Whoops.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff to keep track of.
So you got a story for me? Yes, sir, I do. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Okay, so you know how when you're trying to register for a username on a video game or on a website and you're trying to get a name, but then it's like already taken,
The bane of my existence.
right? So you take your name and then you typically like add a number or whatever, or like do underscores, right? What's the is progeneration a word? All right. Yes! That's a
Proud
word.
of you.
So is the progeneration of your username being taken monarchs coming up with their name? Man, I want to be King Philip. Damn! I'm King Philip the Fifth. They already took it from me. I had to add an extra Roman numeral because freaking couldn't be the first pope.
So they had to like
Pius.
keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that.
Is that the progeneration of usernames being taken?
I've had so many issues where like gamer tags that I've used for years, you try and register it for a new game or something and it's already taken. You're just like, what the frick, man?
That's why you gotta go in all the beta versions, even if it's a game you don't think you're gonna play.
And steal
Take
your
a
name.
username. Just claim it.
Unless they completely reset it in between the beta and the actual game coming out. Some bumflap took my name on Twitch. He hasn't been online for 6 years. Luminous. Maybe that's because you called him a bumflap.
Nah, bumflap is it's a suitable word for the people who took your special name.
What a bumflap, man.
I've never had like an established gamer tag or username that I've used for everything.
So you don't have an identity.
No.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Like I've tried to use different ones and ended up hating all of them, so I don't have one that I've stuck with for years.
No, my current one I've had for like the last 10 years.
I don't have a gamer tag. I had one, and then it became the channel name, so I don't use it.
What I ended up doing, especially to like promote myself and stuff for work, is just use my own name because it's so unique that it's so easily findable if someone tries to Google me for whatever reason.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Cat lion.
So rather that than gamer tags, I guess.
Do bumflaps make a flapping sound when they fart? That's horrible. I don't like that.
Really McBread face.
Yes, that is me.
What's up, guys? For everyone jumping in now.
I came up with this name and it's never had a problem. Not yet. Not yet. I'm waiting for the day where there's like some up and coming social media app that like I'm not on, and then I'm like, oh, let me check it out, like TikTok or something, and then I go try to get UFD Tech. It's gone. People are just sitting on it.
I'm terrible with making creative names. Same.
Brad's Tech. I would not have been able to guess that you are not at the forefront of creativity.
Brett's tag is Kubi forever.
I love Quibi. Give me more. Yeah, I should do that. Just like the Quibster. Something like that. I could totally do that. Imagine Dalek, for anybody who's watched Doctor Who, but the name is not from Doctor Who. Yeah, Dalek. I got that. Never say out loud that you don't have a problem with that. People will do it then. I don't have a problem with it.
Not yet.
I mean, if you get there first, you get there first. But what I do know is that these platforms do care about established creators. So if I'm like, hey, they stole my name, they'll probably give it to me because I'm a, medium deal in the tech scene. A South African medium.
So like an extra small.
Yeah. Quibi Cash. Quibi for life. The Quibster.
Just, you got to get in there and then like claim your Quibi name so that when they start actually adding in user-generated content, because they'll need to do that to survive.
They have to pay me.
Yes.
How long do I have to wait for Illuminous to have his account shut down on Twitch? I have no idea. Why don't you just message Twitch support? Just be like, yo, hey, he hasn't been on for 6 years. I really want the name. Maybe they'll do it.
Who knows? I know like you can do that with Twitter handles. Like if someone hasn't been active for many years, you can email like Twitter and they might give you the handle.
Yeah, we have Twitter news actually, by the way. That's a thing that's happening. So we can talk about that soon. I guess we can get into the hot news now. Are we ready for that?
We got a fire going.
Spam the emotes. Why did you go off camera?
I was avoiding the fire. I'm too roasted.
I thought you like roasting.
I am too baked to to be set on fire even more today.
It's all them mushrooms, man.
Speaking of,
I knew you were gonna go do that.
I want to be on that level.
what level?
Being too baked. Why didn't you share?
Baked goods? Four Sigmatic is our sponsor. If you go to the link that's in the Twitch lower panels down below, you click on that, enter coupon code UFD Tech, you can get 10% off on Four Sigmatic mushroom coffee. Okay,
Hands down favorite coffee in the office.
this is my best. I was drinking like 85 cups a day. Now I'm down to 1 because my brain go big blast when I have this.
Big brain time.
Yes.
No.
I'm not even lying. I've been having this since I moved back to back to America. And I can't drink another coffee. It doesn't feel the same anymore. Yes?
I was saying, yeah, it's good.
It's really good. And it doesn't taste like mushrooms. Youngbird Band with 4 gifted subs. Thank you, friend,
Hand abuse.
for the gifted subs. Woo!
Do they deliver to Europe though?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'd have to check that out.
Is it like shrooms? No. So these are culinary mushrooms. They're the ones that are safe for eating. They have no hallucinogenic properties. They're not used for microdosing at all. They're just several different types of culinary mushrooms, which also have cognitive benefits. You can do all of the research on that. There's plenty of studies on it. Lion's mane in this one, I really love it. And then there's ashwagandha in this one, and I really love it. I love Four Sigmatic coffee, and I asked our marketing manager, I said, hey, please get them as a sponsor. And finally we have them.
Death Valley knows what's up.
Where's he saying? That stuff is so good, right? Zach's Tech Turf knows what's up too. Because I was like, hey, have you heard of this? And he was like, bruh, when I was in the Air Force, my wife used to send me that coffee. And then I had the best coffee on the base. It's delicious. It's in the Twitch panel. The link's in the Twitch panel. Coupon code UFDTech to save 10%. You can also buy it on Amazon in the US. You don't have to, but we don't get the credit for whatever you buy
Still
on
cool,
Amazon. Yeah, definitely is. I love it so much. You know what else I love? I love tech news. And it's time to talk about tech news.
We've got some good news.
Wait, you, sir. You lie, sir.
Good news in that it's like spicy.
Yes. It's bad news for anybody who thinks that Microsoft cares that you don't have more than $400 for a console. They don't give a crap. So it's coffee with shrooms added. Exactly. But you don't taste the shrooms. You don't feel them. It's just like the additive properties.
Like, I will say, when you like first brought up this whole mushroom coffee, my brain was like, is this going to taste like mushroom soup? Like, is it going to be...
No, it just tastes like
legit
coffee.
coffee.
It doesn't make your kidneys ache.
Your kidneys ache?
What?
It's not a phrase.
Haven't you ever had so much coffee that like you feel super dehydrated and gross?
Yes, but that's like after my 6th cup.
Yeah, I've never really gotten there.
I don't believe you, but okay.
I've never had my kidneys ache. I've gotten like sweats from too much. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Microsoft. Because Phil Spencer gave an interview to the BBC a couple days ago, and boy howdy, if you thought they cared that you don't have money, they do not care. They don't. So these are some alarming quotes from Phil Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Are we ready for it? Xbox Series X price is important, but Microsoft isn't focusing on unit sales this year. Why would they not be focusing on unit sales?
Because no one's going to be able to afford the freaking thing.
So let's go ahead and read his actual quote. We want to make sure we're providing the right value to customers. Price is going to be important, but our strategy is centered around the player, not the device. If this is not the year when a family wants to make a decision to buy a new Xbox, that's okay. Our strategy does not revolve around how many Xboxes I sell this year. Catlin, give me a zoom.
Bum, 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 a zoom.
Our strategy does not revolve around how many Xboxes I sell this year. Then why are you making a new one? Huh? Why are you making a new one if you don't care how many you sell? Oh, is it because your unit sales is going to be so low because it's so expensive because you can't actually sell a 12 teraflop GPU for very cheap? That's what I'm thinking. Let's continue. That's not the end of it. He continues on to say, and we are a leisure activity. We're not a requirement. Oh, man. We're not food. We're not shelter. So we want to be really tuned into that as we launch. How can we make it as affordable as possible? How can we give buyers choice? How can they make it as affordable as possible? And how can they give buyers choice? He's not talking about the console now. He says, we've got an Xbox All Access subscription program that allows people to buy their next console by paying a monthly charge. And through technologies like smart delivery, you can buy your games and know that when you buy the next console, your games will move with you to allow consumers to make the choice that's right for them. You want to know how the next gen console is going to be affordable to you? They have a monthly payment program for it.
The fact that he brought that up just makes me know that the only way people are going to afford this thing is to essentially pay monthly. There's no other way.
We have your best interests at heart.
We know we're not a necessity, and we're going to price ourselves like we're not a necessity. You can't afford it? Well, number one, it's not like my entire Xbox business is built around the Xbox. I really couldn't care. But then, in case you're too poor, don't worry. You can get it on layaway and pay every single month so that you're there with us for the rest of your lives.
Super cheap.
Barely an inconvenience.
I do not like this statement.
Is it a permanent subscription?
So, no, he's talking about the monthly charge to buy your console would probably be over 12 or 24 months.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically just paying off the console over time.
Cool.
So that's what they're saying about the cost of the console. It's so expensive that they are offering this. Here you go. So you think they should sell them all at half costs? No. What? I'm just saying it's going to be expensive. Yeah. And I don't think they're going to sell that many units. And Phil Spencer says it doesn't matter how many Xboxes he's selling this year. Then why would you make a new one? If the number doesn't matter, why have it?
It's kind of... here's something we spend a ton of money on. Buy it or not.
Yeah, this sounds like a statement to like downplay how many units they're going to sell to investors.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So $50 for 24 months and you can get a Series X and a Game Pass. So how much is Game Pass? Isn't that like $10 a month? Are we talking Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate? I'm not even sure what the regular stuff is. I bet it's $800 to $1,000, which is good if the price to performance ratio is good. I'm still sticking with $750, but it's gonna be pricey. And I mean, we've also seen Microsoft's strategy. Phil Spencer's not lying here. He's not saying it doesn't matter how many units they sell this year, because it actually doesn't. They're building out a strategy for xCloud and Game Pass. That is their big moneymaker, because software is where you make most of your cash in consoles, not in the actual units. So they're going to offer the best of the best Series X. But guess what? You can't afford that. You're too poor. Well, we can rent it out to you for a monthly subscription, or you can just play it on xCloud with your Samsung Smart TV, since we integrated that into your brand new TV.
All you have to do is buy a new TV and a controller.
Yes. Sounds like Microsoft's taking Apple's approach with a focus on monthly payments because they expect people to buy it anyways. We'll see how that goes. I didn't even think about that. That's actually a good point. It's the phone model. Phones are really expensive. Spending $700 to $1,000 for a flagship phone is not something that most people can do. They can't just drop that type of cash. But a vast majority of Americans have the latest phone because they're on monthly subscriptions for them.
Yeah, you get on that 24-month contract, you get a new phone, you get an upgrade cycle.
Oof. We made a console, but you don't have to buy it. That also might. So this is spinning new theories in my brain, right? That might be the reason why no game dev is talking about the Series X, because Microsoft didn't make it for the game dev. Microsoft made it to beat Sony, and that's it.
Just like
we have the fastest console, but it's going to be expensive, so you don't have to buy it. We don't care how many it sells. We're actually trying to sell our software, but we get the bragging rights of holding it over Sony's head. Sony went and just was like, hey, I want to build the best gaming box that I possibly can. Microsoft said, I want to build the fastest gaming box I possibly can based on raw specs, because they don't need to sell that many.
Oof.
Yeah, there's zero chance this thing's going to cost $2,000. No. I don't think it'll be $1,000 either. I'm thinking $750.
I'm still scared about this, because if they want to go the phone kind of model of having like an upgrade cycle, an upgrade path that you pay off over 24 months or whatever, I feel like they might bump the price of the console up so that people jump into their subscription model.
But people need phones? Yeah, but nobody needs the flagship phone.
Yeah. If you need a phone, you could get by with something that's like...
Yeah, you can get by with a very cheap smartphone that's $100, $200. You can buy a used one. You can find other ways around it. You can just honestly get a burner phone and then use your laptop or just send emails at work. Like, yeah. Yeah. You don't have to spend $2,000 to get the same level of performance on the PC. You have to spend like $1,300. You're still off on your numbers, my friend. My smartphone is $40. Had it since 2016. See, Izzy's proven us correct. You can get by with a very, very cheap phone. People have the subscription service for the latest iPhone because they want the newest, latest thing. And I think probably a good move by Microsoft to offer a monthly payment subscription for it. Hectic.
It seems a lot more affordable to people that way when they think of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not dropping $700-800 this month. I'm dropping like $50.
Yes. And actually, that's better for the economy, because if everybody saves money, that's bad for the economy. You need consumer spending, because we're built on the illusion that our money has value, and our money only has value as soon as you start spending things. Oh, your country's like this too. Don't talk to me about that. So we have to spend money, right? If you save up over 2 years for an $800 phone, you're actually not helping the economy as much by paying $40 every month into the economy. It's different, because if you remove $800 over 2 years, then it's not in circulation. We can't say, oh, our numbers are so great, we're selling this many units. It's bad for the economy for you to try to save up for things. It's good for the economy for you to pay it off over time. Genius.
mean, you're not wrong.
Hmm.
Not doing 6-year layaway for a phone.
What would they do if you don't pay? Remotely turn it off? Something like that. Cash flow is GDP. Exactly. Unlimited cash flow is the newest economic model. It's beautiful.
Read The Economist.
Hey, I have done a lot of economy research. Or you do it like me and constantly buy new stuff. Hey, I'm right there with you. I like to buy new things.
New is good.
Yes, I don't care if I already have the old, I want more.
I'm guilty of that. The moment something comes out and it's like a replacement, it's just like, and I know it's a trap that you fall into, and like it's incremental upgrades at best, but
The current model is upside down pyramid where the top hoards money, but they can't spend all of it and don't because they don't have it. They have assets valued at that. That's also like one of those weird things of like Jeff Bezos gained $400 billion during this time. No, he didn't. His stock value rose $400 billion. Guess what? If he wanted to sell that, he'd have to go through bureaucratic red tape. He would tank the stock price in the meantime, and it would be worth less at the end of all of it. He can't just sell all of the stocks that he has. It's not like Jeff Bezos is sitting on a hoard of his money like Smaug. However, that doesn't mean that he should be worth that much money, because while Jeff Bezos didn't get richer, the value of his company is based on the amount of profits and the future expected growth that they see. If they took some of that profit and was like, we're just going to pay everybody more, the company's stock value would tank. So he is enslaved to the necessity of making Amazon as lean as possible and paying people as worse as possible and making their conditions as bad as possible to increase that profit margin. And you have to keep that balance of turnover of employees, keeping the employees happy while also maintaining profit levels, right? And if he were to say, screw the profits, we're just going to pay our employees what we think they're worth, or we're going to make sure that they have safe work environments, or we're not going to screw them over, then the company's value would tank. He wouldn't be worth as much. And so
he would be kicked out. And then they just replace him with a yes man who does that.
Yeah. So it's not like he's worth that much money. His stock is worth that much money. And he hasn't done anything differently to gain that value, but he hasn't transformed Amazon to be a company that doesn't not have that value. So there's that. Yeah. So we're all rich on the inside with love and affection from me. I love you all, and therefore you are worth more than billions of dollars to me.
Amazon workers are more protected in EU than the US.
Wonder why. Stonks. Exactly, Nacho Man.
I love how a well-placed stonks can just do it for me.
That meant a lot to me, Brett. Thank you. I got you, Sanamoose, okay? I would take you over $10 for sure.
It's true.
Yeah. Somebody tried to give me $10 to get rid of you, I'd say nay.
$11 even?
Shut up. Don't push it down this road, okay? We don't need the actual answers here. It's only going to hurt us. Oh, that's one my dad told me the other day too. Hey! Where can I redeem my value? It's called death.
Stonks.
Do you get coins after you die to use in that
It's where you get to post your high
afterlife
score.
arcade or whatever?
There's been a lot of Ask Reddit threads of that. Hey, if you die and you get to heaven and you can view any useless stat based on whatever metric you want, what would it be? The number of hours I've stared at one bird.
This is a good one. I have to think of what I would use my useless stat on.
We can make this an existential question.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna pause for that now. And Sony is not pausing because they are apparently this week moving ahead with production of the PlayStation 5. This is a report coming out of Business Korea saying that the PS5 is rolling off the production line right now. The back-end suppliers are already pushing everything through. PlayStation 5's happening. Things are going. Love is happening. More stuff going down. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I am just waiting now any day for that leak of what the freaking thing looks like now that there's a production
Well, you don't
line.
have to wait for the leak because Sony reconfirmed yesterday in Twitch ads of all things that the PS5 event is back on for this coming Thursday, June 11th. You will be able to watch them unveil the future of gaming 11 at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, which is we'll be streaming this event live. We're supposed to be getting a physical copy unveiled of this at the PS5 event. So
I hope so. I freaking hope so.
So apparently, the backwards thing about this was that Twitch ads were playing the announcement well before Sony announced that it was coming back on the 11th, which we had in chat yesterday.
Yeah,
People were like, "Oh, it's on the 11th," and I was like, "Okay, sure it is." And they're like, "No, I just got an ad for it." Must have been real. Well, you were ahead of Sony actually launching the thing.
I mean, it's not the first time people have dropped ads accidentally an hour or two before an event or an announcement or something. I just want my freaking PS5 reveal.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much PC only, but I'm still looking forward to the PS5 event. I mean, we already have the specs. We already know what the meat and potatoes of the thing is. What we need now is a look, a price, a release date, and then the games. Want the games. I need launch titles here. I need exclusive launch titles that have been built for the next-gen consoles. That's what I need.
Frick yeah.
Give me games or give me death. Sonomus, I could kill you if you want. Tier 1 sub from Nitro Man. Thank you, friend. Hey, 2 months. Thank you, friend.
2 months.
It's Spaghetti Tuesday. Spag Bag Tuesday. If you're not eating it out of a bag, you don't count as a spaghetti eater. I'm gatekeeping spaghetti consumption.
Has anybody ever used a spag bag other than you?
I'm sure it has happened.
I can understand maybe storing it in a bag if you have no other containers in the fridge.
But not eating it out of the
Not
bag.
eating straight out of it.
Shadow Assassin, that was a epic fail on your part.
Spag bag.
The hell is a spaghetti bag? It's not a spaghetti bag, it's a spag bag.
Like, have you brought your spag bag to work as your lunch? Or are you, civilized and brought it in a Tupperware?
Civilized. You call it Tupperware civilized? I call it the modern representation of middle-class America. I'm not going to be enslaved into that.
I keep it in my pockets.
But a Tupperware is reusable.
Bag is also reusable.
Do you wash your Ziploc bags?
I wash a lot of things, Catelyn. How do you want me to keep up with whether or not the bags get washed? I do a lot of dishes here, okay?
How do you warm it up?
You don't.
He doesn't. He eats things just not cold,
Dude.
like straight. You had your Pop-Tart just now, and you
Okay.
didn't even heat it up.
That's fair. Pop-Tart's kind of weird, and my bagel consumption's also kind of odd. I'll give you that. But Italian food is good cold. Spaghetti and pizza cold is good.
I'll let you have those.
Youngbird Ben eats Campbell's out of the can. I eat SpaghettiOs out of the can.
I've seen him. I've seen him.
I don't take my spaghetti anywhere because then I risk spilling it everywhere, as I tend to do. There you go.
Cold pizza's legit. Don't come with that.
That's what I'm saying. Cold pizza's good. Cold pasta also fine.
I can't even deal with cold leftovers. I make exact portions so I don't have to have leftover food.
I'm not bothered by leftovers at all. I wasn't privileged enough to be able to eat new food every single day, Catelyn.
I don't
about-
like leftovers.
Cold lasagna.
No, because the cottage cheese. Wait, is it cottage? What type of cheese is in there? It just doesn't sit right. Cold cheese is weird. But on pizza, it's fine. Yeah.
It depends on the type of cheese.
I wouldn't judge anybody eating for anybody for eating cold lasagna. Ricotta, that's what I'm talking about.
I'll never see
It's
you if you take
difficult.
the same way.
Like, There's a balance between like if it's better cold or if it's better heated in a microwave.
I'm not
because
saying it's
that makes
better.
it worse.
Yeah, heating it up in the microwave
Sometimes.
sometimes is bad. But also, I've noticed that if you just put a little cup of water in the microwave, that changes how you microwave food because it moistens it all up. Because what's happening is
Yeah.
it's drying out and turns to a piece of crap. You just put a little cup of water, microwave pizza, everything is nice and fresh and lumpy. Not the word I wanted, but I'll take it.
It works.
Frozen grapes will change your life. I had them. They're not my thing. Yeah.
I have some grapes. I should please.
When I DoorDash, I always over order so that I can have cold leftovers later the next day. Absolutely.
Very specific leftovers. Like I'll eat leftover pizza.
Yeah.
Certain pizza.
Not the pizza we ordered last Friday.
Oh, it was bad.
That was awful.
I heated some of it up and I just couldn't.
Oopsies.
What was
It
that?
Nothing.
Was like
Don't
it
worry
went
about it.
so bad. It was weird.
Cold pizza's like hot ice cream sucks? What? No. Cold pizza does not suck.
I used to eat frozen bananas as a kid. I'm not on board with that one.
You know what I'm missing right now? Cocaccio spaghetti. They had
Ooh,
what was it called? Ragu di manzo. That's what it was. And it had, oh, so good. It had like beef, pulled beef,
Yeah.
and onions in it. Oh, it was so freaking good. And I just Uber Eats that. And it was like
That
$8.
That was solid.
$8 for a really good meal. Delicious stuff.
He does have strong opinions on pineapple pizza.
And that, my opinion is, I don't care. You said he does.
Yeah,
Who are you talking about?
you.
Yeah, I don't care at all. I don't like pineapples.
My thing is just like,
I don't
oh,
care if
you're
it's on
having
pizza.
pineapple in pizza? Cool.
Ragu di manzo. It's so good. It's so good. Big brain move is to heat up cold pizza in a microwave, but to put it back in the oven. Yeah, you could do that. It's just time, and I'd rather eat it
Essentially.
cold. That's why I have my spag bag. I don't have to put it on a dish. I don't have to heat it up. You just open the bag and drop it in your mouth. I use a fork still. I would use my hands if it wasn't so messy.
I could just see you chilling there.
I totally would. You look at me, bro, what are you doing? Go away.
Go away.
The worst part is it's not a joke.
Drop the entire spag bag in your mouth. What I could do is like create a nice little hole
Funnel.
and just put my mouth on it.
Yeah, you bite a hole at the bottom of the bag and then you just slurp up.
Oh
spaghetti
yeah,
and-
like you're piping some icing. Yes, I'll pipe that spag right into my mag.
That way you can like bite off the spaghetti if it's too long.
Catelyn, what have you done?
Okay, listen. So like I went hiking for 5 days, and you gotta carry with like 5 days worth of food. Okay, so like my breakfast was pronutro, which is like porridge, and some milk powder and some sugar, and we put that into like 5 independent Ziploc bags for each day that I had for each morning, and then all I would have to do is pour a little bit of water in there, shake it up, and just like suck it out the Ziploc bag, and it was the most convenient. And everybody else was like dirtying their dishes, making food, and you can't wash stuff properly, and you got to carry soap with you. Like, heck no.
I have to mute this group. It's going nuts.
What crap some people call breakfast. I have my 4 Sigmatic coffee in the morning, 1 cup at 5 a.m., and then I'm good until I start snacking at work. 1 cup of coffee does no right for the most of the morning. Mushrooms, 4 Sigmatic. Check the link in the video description. Use coupon code UFDTech to save 10%. I have the mental image of Brett giving the suck to a spag bag. Not sure if I'd like. Please take back mental image. You can give it up for adoption. I'm sure somebody else would take it.
My brain is just breaking down.
I'm gonna try it. I have to try it. and
There's
see.
bread with the spaghetti and Catelyn with her pronutro bag and just
Super convenient.
anarchy.
This is some delicious spag.
It was great though. Couldn't even tell that the milk powder wasn't real milk.
I think that part bothers me the most.
Why?
Milk powder.
I don't know. Like pronutro and water bothers me more than like milk powder.
I don't even know what Pernutria is, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think it's a thing here, is it?
I don't know.
It's
You
like,
lived in South Africa for how many years and you didn't know?
I
about
didn't eat your
Broswer?
food. I ate my
I think
food.
it's made out of maize.
Yeah, pass. Yes. And Twitch decided to pass on all of their creators, being like, hey, you've been streaming here for a while? Oh, well, maybe not anymore. You get banned. Because Twitch streamers receive a flood of music copyright claims for old clips, receiving bans for clips of music they didn't create themselves. Apparently, there is a sudden influx of DMCA takedown requests against streamers for allegedly violating music copyright in clips by viewers between 2017 and 2019. And as each request potentially represents a strike against an account, this raises the threat of permanent bans for streamers who might get 3 strikes with relatively little warning and for clips they didn't even choose to create. Which is, I guess that's fair. So Twitch basically was like, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Because they have an automatic system in place of just like, obviously 3 strikes and you're out. It's bad, right? So the way they've gotten around this previously is with DMCA takedown requests in VODs, which is the videos that are uploaded afterwards. They just mute the portion that it's in. This is actually something that it took YouTube longer to get to than it did Twitch. But what they didn't do was give you an option to mute clips. So you can mute the VODs and have it not be a problem, but you can't mute the clips. You have to go and manually delete them, which is a little ridiculous. And also, clips aren't always at the behest of the creator. Like, I don't think I've ever made a clip of our Twitch channel, but you guys clip stuff all the time. And then I'm responsible for the fact that, oh crap, you guys created a ton of clips of copyrighted content. Maybe I shouldn't have had the copyrighted content in the first place. But why does Twitch not have a system in place to mute the clips like they do the VODs? And what?
Like, I'm hearing horror stories of people just trying to go through, like, backlogs of all these thousands of clips, trying to go through, see if they have copyrighted music. There's no like proper system to batch delete clips. They have to like go through one by one.
Yeah.
And it's just, not a fun time if you're getting these DMCA
But
takedown
does it
notices.
not say which clips offended?
It does, but
So
for
just
some
use those
people, like major streamers, right? People clip the exact same moment. Hundreds of people making the exact same clip. So you have to go and manually delete every single one that violates the content.
Yeah, for these big streamers, that's days worth of work right there.
And then also, like, I'm kind of confused. Why is there a DMCA takedown on clips when that offers no revenue? Like, there's no ads that they run on clips as far as I'm aware. I've never gotten an ad on a clip. So it just seems like they were like, DMCA, oh man, we weren't expecting this. We don't have a structure in place for you to efficiently handle this. Yeah.
What kind of music would you? Because we're playing stuff on Spotify.
Yeah,
now.
this is copyright-free music though.
Oh, okay.
So if we played like the music that we listen to outside of like any copyrighted music,
which a lot of streamers do, they're playing their games, they're chilling, listening to their musics. Sometimes not even going through the system, it's just coming through their microphone because they're listening to it externally.
Yeah.
Screwed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, they don't have the license to actually play that music.
That's true.
That is a thing. They legally have no leg to stand on here. Like, it's not even DMCA abuse. This is legitimate. If somebody else's music is played on your stream, you used it as a professional work of art without their permission. That is what the DMCA is for. That makes 100% sense. There's no abuse happening here by anybody who issued the DMCA takedowns. None whatsoever. What's happening here is a failure of Twitch to provide adequate systems to deal with this, and a weird reason for the DMCA takedowns. I think copyright laws need to change. That's totally fair. We can have that conversation all day long. It's a separate conversation. Saying DMCA laws are wrong versus this is DMCA abuse, two different things. They're not abusing anything. Can it be counted as a fair use? No, because you're not transforming the music. You're just using the music.
Yeah.
Fair use is transformative. It's parody. If somebody was playing a cover, even then, While you're transforming the actual music that gets played, you're not transforming the sheet music.
Yeah, you're not changing the arrangement. You're not.
You could get copyrighted for that.
Yeah, you're not creatively changing anything, essentially.
Yes. So that type of stuff is very complicated, and none of it falls under fair use. Playing music on your stream is not fair use by any sense of the term. Not at all.
Yeah. All these laws were put in place way before streaming was a thing. So things should be updated, but within the current law, this is correct.
Laws are put in place using lots of money. The DMCA, it's the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. This happened before Twitch was even a thing. So it made more, so the music industry has been notorious for being abusive pieces of crap for a long time. And like having the worst legal contracts that are just like, we own the rights to this music now in this universe and any foreseeable multiverse that would, like, they write it all out so that they have everything in perpetuity forever, which is garbage, obviously. But at the same time, like, we're dealing with a new era of content creation that was not around when the DMCA was created.
I like this one. Herman Lee of Dragon Force playing his own music got DMCA.
Because he doesn't own it. Because it's whoever owns or whoever Dragon Force is part of a label of.
Yeah.
They own the music. He's off key, so it's transformative.
Some streamers are paying for a service that allows them to play anything, like YouTube. I'm sure there are like things where you can get blanket licenses to cover.
Well, that's what Streambeats is by Harris Heller.
Yeah.
He created a copyright-free, just loop lo-fi type chill track that you can play. Then there's NCS on YouTube. You can just loop them. I'm not sure if lo-fi beats on YouTube is copyright-free.
I'm not sure.
There are copyright-free versions. It exists. It's not very hard to find copyright-free music. That doesn't sound too bad. The issue comes to it when you're playing a game. What do you do when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater has Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine, and the label that owns or that has signed with Rage Against the Machine wants to DMCA take down you for playing the game? That's where it's just like,
now you have to play the game without the music and like substitute your own, and it's just not the same experience.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a lot of that return once Tony Hawk comes out.
Such good soundtrack.
You can't play that and like certain like Need for Speed games and stuff without the soundtrack.
Yeah, so when I streamed Need for Speed Underground 2 back in August or September of last year, and I had the soundtrack playing, they automatically copyright striked me. And that's totally fair. Like, it makes sense. I don't own the rights to it, so I shouldn't actually be using it. It's just very tricky because, like, wait, no, I'm playing the game, and this is part of the game experience, but, I need a separate copyright to use this. And technically, I don't even own the copyright to play the game. So the game company could actually come out to me and come after me, but they know it's in their best interest that I actually expose their game rather than them trying to, The music from the games already has their license paid by the game developer, who has paid for it to be used in a commercial sense.
Yes.
But the game streamer, who's also typically using it in a commercial sense, has not paid for that right.
The license doesn't transfer over from the company to the person playing it.
You can experience it, but you cannot then also commercially benefit from the game without licensing.
Kind of weird. What if you open the music video in a window and play it?
That's still a copyright violation, yeah. Anytime you use somebody else's content without being transformative, without providing anything different or extra value to it, you are violating their copyright. That's how copyright laws work. They created something and you're benefiting from their creation. And you putting it as part of your creation doesn't mean that they're not getting the benefits from their creation.
I think a lot of people thinking that the game developer paid for the music, therefore I can use the music when I'm playing the game. It does not work like that.
Nope, because you're a separate entity.
Yeah.
Yeah. The H3 lawsuit was a different beast altogether. It definitely helped for fair use lawsuit, but yeah, really, we would need a massive overhaul in the music legal system. It wouldn't have to be, because also one of the issues, right? You get a DMCA takedown from a major company, yes, and you, as a small creator who probably can't afford lawyers, have to just give into it and be like, I know I probably use this in fair use, but if I appeal this, they could legitimately sue me.
Yeah.
Even if I'm in the right, they can still sue me.
They will sue you into the ground and muscle you with money behind lawyers that you can't match.
Exactly. Yeah. So voice actors can make a DMCA claim. No, because they license their voice to wherever they're part of.
Yes.
So it's not the people who contribute to a project. It's just like a band doesn't necessarily own the copyright on their music. The music label does. And so the band members can't say, hey, you can't use my music. That's not up to them. The record label can then license that out to whoever they want, regardless of the permission. Obviously, there can be contracts where like they have to get band members' approval first, but that's not typically how it goes.
If it's in a game and you're playing it, you're transforming the content? No.
No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not transforming the content at all by playing a game. You're experiencing the content.
Yeah. There's no transformation of the actual music happening.
I don't care. Screw Metallica. Ah, yes.
Metallica, big lame.
Napster Metallica, screw y'all.
Playing the game on stream is broadcasting, not transforming. Yes.
There you go. That's why you see a lot of bands move to self-labels or retain ownership through smaller labels. Yeah, because, well, I mean, music distribution has completely changed in the last decade as well. So more bands can find audiences without having major labels prop them up. Whereas before, it was a lot harder. It's not impossible. There were still like indie bands before that who weren't on a major label and self-publishing. But it, like, a lot of it, you had to have a record label behind you in order to give you the marketing that you needed to get in front of people.
Yes. I love this foolproof plan. Stream games and have a DJ in the background remixing the music live. There you go. The music on the game isn't transformed by the game developer.
And the game developer paid the license.
Yeah, they paid a license to use it in the game. That does not mean you own the license to use those songs.
Correct.
Like, just because you bought the game doesn't mean you have anything to do with that license.
Yes. Remixes aren't fair use. Do any of you guys play an instrument? I play the ear bleed. Is that what it's called?
The mayonnaise.
I played the kazoo.
She blows on a kazoo. Playing is a strong way. I've never heard you make a melody with that.
Are you joking?
I'm not. Your kazoo skills are subpar, Catlip.
How dare you?
Except Darude Sandstorm, leave that song alone. It's perfect.
I guess guitar and bass for me. Same thing.
I can play the ukulele now.
Kalalala.
Kazoo is her passion and you dumped all over it. Hey, she could still be passionate about it, but she doesn't need to be deluded.
Vuvuzela, anyone?
You're just jealous.
Vuvuzela is just a big kazoo.
I'm jealous by getting you a kazoo as a gift and trying to enable you in your passion by also simultaneously recognizing that you suck at it and maybe you should practice more.
You want me to play the kazoo more?
Yet when I'm not here. Or play it when I'm playing music, so that way I don't have to hear it, sure.
Flamer Gamer played saxophone in a band.
Saxophone.
That's hick.
Mm.
Just hit zeros gent hard. That's how you do it. It's the only thing I can do.
Cat's Kazoo Corner.
I will defeat you in a kazoo
Hey,
battle.
come play a kazoo breakdown for us. A kazoo intermission, if you will. What's a gent?
I'll explain the culture of gent to you.
Okay. Somebody's saying it's da gent, not gent.
Da gent.
Okay. I guess I do need an explanation.
Gent is a thal. There we go.
This is a meme that I am not relevant to or privy to. Go ahead. After you, I won't take any. I will take none of the spotlight from you, and I'll mute.
Did you just mute it?
No, I'm muting this mic so that I'm not talking.
I thought you were
over
gonna make me play the whole thing and just mute the whole
it.
We'll give you your solo.
No, nobody can hear me except take over, Catlin.
I will prove to you my kazoo skills. Go on, the comments.
Keep going.
Okay, we're done. Huzzah.
100 biddies.
Me!
Bam!
I told you.
Yes.
You're welcome.
I'll let her have that one. Quality content.
And DMCA takedown. There it is.
Old Daddy Smash Mouth coming for us.
We'll try and play the kazoo.
Good job, Catlin. Everybody's very supportive of you, Cat.
Thank you.
Yes. You can out-zoom us now.
We're so zoomed. Heckin'.
I'm going places.
We should just anytime we need a jingle, it's just a kazoo solo.
I'm all for it. Kazoo is the most versatile instrument.
It's good vibes contained in a little
It is
thing.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's like a submarine.
That's yes.
You said boat.
It's a boat that goes underwater.
A submarine.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and go ahead and do the thing about the news. We're a news thing, right? We do news here, yeah? It's not a Kazoo solo thing.
I'm done with this guy already.
The power of the kazoo has overwhelmed you. You've
just
forgotten.
He's had 2 timeouts already.
Bye.
What'd he do?
He said PC2 is gonna F your mom.
Not just that.
You know, I saw the other one.
But is it though?
I mean, that's necrophilia.
Oh no!
We're in a
Kevin
we're in a
suddenly
different category.
UFD kazoo.
All right, let's get into the news. Okay, we got 3800 XT being benchmarked. Are we ready for that? We got the Ryzen 7 3800 XT being put into an Ashes of the Singularity benchmark. Look at it. Look at these numbers.
That's some numbers. What do they mean?
So, what we see here is the CPU frame rate of the game. At crazy 1080p, we can see that it has 113 FPS. What we see... Time him out. That's ridiculous.
I am.
This appears to be about 10 to 20% faster than the regular 3800X, which doesn't make any sense to me. I think that's way too fast for only 200 megahertz extra clock speed.
Yeah, that doesn't quite check out.
Mm.
Interesting.
Yes. So, it's fast. It's much faster, but it's hard to say if it's going to be super mega faster.
Super Omega.
Like 10% is huge.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's one game. I wouldn't necessarily believe that's where we're at. Are they overclocking the Infinity Fabric? I don't know. We don't have a ton of data. We just have the raw FPS out of Ashes of the Singularity. Faster than a greased grandma.
I like that one.
Then a greased grandma on what?
On a slip and
On
slide.
a slip and slide.
She just threatened to slap my grandma?
No.
That was weird.
I'm sending her off.
It could be Infinity Fabric tweaks, or it could be that you shouldn't trust this benchmark. They have not improved IPC at all. It's the exact same architecture. There would be a 0% IPC increase.
I'm confused though.
Yeah.
That's a rather big bump for just...
Clock speed increases.
Yeah.
Everybody, chat, you do this all the time. You try to justify what is instead of questioning whether it should be. Come on, chat. Give me some skepticism instead of being like, no, AMD can be that great. How dare you think they couldn't be that great, Brett? Maybe they did something that we couldn't think of before. I don't trust this benchmark.
I feel like if I went that way, I would just get let down. Which seems to happen a lot. Spank that grandma booty.
You didn't have to read it, okay? We all read it. You didn't have to read it out loud.
You're welcome. Confirmation bias gone rampant.
You are skepticism.
Are you the voice in their head that just says, hold on?
Don't waste. Yed.
Yeah. These are just the golden chips.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be seeing that big of an increase. It's odd.
Yeah.
Where are you? It's not on 7 nanometer plus. The XT chips are only going to be bin versions of Zen 2. Unless they are something completely different, which doesn't make any sense.
Confused as to why they exist then.
Yeah. They can't do with the 3800 XT what they did with the 3300X. Exactly. If you're getting 8 cores, they have to be on 2 different CCXs. They don't have 8-core CCXs right now. They will for Zen 3. That's one of the big rumors that's coming out. Zen 3 will be able to do 8-core CCXs, so we'll see huge improvements there. But
they wouldn't put it on here. Like,
yeah. You guys are just... You guys want things to be too good to believe.
why can't we have nice things?
We can. This would still be an improvement. This would make it so that they're very competitive with Intel, if not beating them. Like a 3800 XT getting 300 megahertz bump in clock speed just from the get-go. Makes it very, very good. We don't need this extra, but what if they did this other thing that would be really cool? What if they did this? Because that would make it much even faster, better.
Goodness.
Yeah. We just had Cat with the kazoo. We know there are good things out there for us. We can have nice things. But as you can see, she has been removed from your life completely. She doesn't even exist anymore.
She's not in the same room as us anymore.
Yeah.
Where am I?
She's in the shed. We bring her food and water once a day.
The Shadow Realm.
Yes. The shed in the Shadow Realm.
Oh, snap.
Thankfully, they have internet there. Makes it a little bit easier.
I don't recall losing a duel to you. If anything, you lost the kazoo battle to me.
Was there a kazoo battle? I let you have a solo, and then it was a backup part. Do you get enough fiber, Brett? Are you questioning the viscosity of my stool, Sonomoose? Is that what's happening right now?
Moving on.
What?
Kevin's like, wait a minute. A couple of days ago, she said she was in the ceiling.
She's in a place that's there. I don't know. She's around. Which is what AMD's is. What? I'm questioning whether or not you get enough fiber, Brett. Stop dodging the question. How much is enough, Sonomoose?
Just take a picture of it and be done with it.
I'll post it in the Discord later.
I hate all of you.
I would say I'm not getting enough fiber, Sonomoose. Okay, I don't eat rope. But you use a rope to climb. And AMD's been climbing on up.
You're climbing so hard with that segue.
AMD shows explosive market growth in server and notebook segments during 2019 with all of their stuff. You can see here their client compute has nearly doubled since 2017 and gone up 3.5% since last year. Their graphics cards have gone down. This is probably because of mining. This is the mining peak right here. They've gone down from a third of the market to 26% of the market. But their server market, they had 1% in 2017. They have octupled that to 8%. This doesn't seem like much, but the fact that they clawed away any market share from Intel in the server market is insane. And they're on pace to hit over 10% this year if it continues. This is a huge deal. AMD's market share is flying off the rails.
Good job, Dr. Lisa Sue. Like, frick.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you hear 8% and you're like, oh, that's just 8%. That's 8% away from companies like Intel and...
Like Intel. From Intel.
I didn't want to say Intel monopoly, but Intel monopoly.
Yeah, I mean, what you had before was Intel Xeon servers in the Xeon CPUs in the server side, and then, what was it, Opteron? In AMD side, which was not good at all. This is definitely due a lot to Lisa Sue's market leadership. She basically put them on the correct course, made the right investments into the company when she came on board, and now we're seeing the profit of that. Yeah. And obviously, we have a lot more servers coming online with AMD. It seems like at least once a week in Hot News, we have one announcement of this company is choosing EPYC for their next-gen servers. We talked about Amazon is doing it for some of their AWS stuff. They're going to be introducing EPYC servers. So, like, even if companies aren't fully switching over to AMD, because Intel does have some advantages that aren't just core count and price. They have some, like, optimization efficiencies that you can't get with AMD right now. They still are like, okay, we can't put you in our main server, but we can put you in our side server, and that'll be totally fine.
As long as they start experimenting with that, becoming more familiar with the system as a whole, like it expands. As long as they keep putting out good products.
Mm-hmm. Which we got more good products coming, because during this Investor Day talk that AMD had where they revealed their market share, they also came out and talked about how RDNA 2 not only will be better 50% performance per watt, but it will have a faster clock speed. Big Navi is going to have a faster clock speed than the current Navi cards. That's great stuff. So not only are we going to get better performance per watt, not only are we going to get an IPC increase, not only are we going to get a brand new ISA, we're also going to get clock speed increases. So Big Navi looking to be speed good greatness. That's more clock speed. It's a lot more faster. And also, just as a side note, not really as a full note, in their Investor Day stuff, they reaffirmed, Catlin, give me a zoom, please. For the second time in the last week, AMD has reaffirmed that Zen 3 is coming out this year and will be on 7 nanometers.
Shocker!
They said it again. We are launching Zen 3 on 7 nanometers this year. Not 5 nanometers. Get out of here.
I heard the whoosh on the microphone. Dang.
I've got wind in my hands.
Wow.
I'm an airbender. I'm a slap bender is what I am.
Curve the slap.
And everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Heard that one.
You're welcome. Do you think Zen 3 will be on 7 nanometers or 4 nanometers, Brett? I think it'll be on shut your mouth nanometers. So, AMD.
They're reaffirming it to continue to throw Intel off and then stun the world when they release it at 5 nanometers.
I'll have to pay for Quibi. But my rumor said delays for 5 nanometers. Cool. Don't believe everything you read on the internet, said Abraham Lincoln, quoting Albert Einstein.
Beautiful.
Read by Michael Scott.
Little tagline on the end.
But, you know, we got new AMD RDNA 2 GPUs. Big Navi, everybody wants that. This is the GPU that y'all need to be concerned about. Asus's brand new GPU. Look at this.
Beautiful. What a little...
So last week we talked about how AMD said that the era of 4 gigabyte graphics card is dead. And now 8 gigabytes is the minimum. That's what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Asus took that to heart and said, okay, we're going to give you a 2 gigabyte graphics card. You want an RX 552 gig? Here you go. They're launching a brand new one.
Beautiful. Just what we needed.
Yes.
Why?
Probably for the lower end market segment, it's probably cheaper to produce, and it's might be an OEM thing so that they can just ship these out. And yeah.
Yes.
Brett, to get Quibi for 5 years, if not 7 nanometers. Hey, 6 months is generous. I will. If Zen 3 launches on 5 nanometers, that means the entire product stack is 5 nanometers. I will get Quibi for 6 months. 160 with the 500 biddies. Woo! Hee-haw!
Wow.
That's a lot of bits.
They had some 2 gig RAM lying around, I guess.
Can you even play Euro Truck Simulator 2 on that card? I don't know. Better yet, you have to buy stock in Quibi. I don't think they're a publicly traded company. And given the rate at which they're progressing, they will not have an IPO. They will have a PO box and a graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch ass Quibi. All right, and then let's talk about AMD CPU sales, because Mind Factory out of Germany now reporting how much AMD's selling. And don't you know, 85%. 85% of their revenue from CPU sales is from AMD.
Seriously?
Yeah, in May. Wow. Guess what? Do you know which CPU manufacturer had a launch in May? Reese, can you tell me? What CPU manufacturer had a CPU launch in May?
Are they associated with Blue?
I think there was a CPU launch, wasn't there?
Possible.
Oh yeah, that gained them 1%. They went from 14 to 15% in revenue.
Wow, that's really great considering the pandemic. That's like, wow.
Yeah, it's huge. Glorious.
For non-Germans, Mind Factory is the biggest hardware seller in Germany.
Yes. I mean, they do 6 million euros in sales for AMD. That's a big retailer.
They didn't have the actual CPUs for sale, did they?
They said they're for sale, so I actually don't know whether or not they are for sale.
If you could buy them, then they're for sale.
Yes. Technically, they are. technically it was not a paper launch, even though practically it is. Which this is a great time to segue to the fact that we're going to be building another PC on stream today, and it's going to be a Comet Lake CPU build. So, hey, AMD good, Intel bad. Building an Intel PC.
Make fast.
Fast juice go good in mouth.
Yes.
Yes.
I could make some more fast juice just now.
Many loves. Great stuff. Will you throw it in a lake later? Is Catlin's desk a lake?
Possible.
Okay.
If we spill enough water on it.
It's true. We could just take all the water that's been raining. Dude, my backyard, you know where my trampoline is?
Yeah.
The entire back half from the trampoline to the fence is just like swamp.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a good this deep.
You better keep an eye out for Mini Shrek.
He's gonna come for you.
The one that does the dog race?
Yeah, little Shrek.
My 3-year-old son can turn any desk into a lake.
If you hear jumping noises coming from your trampoline at night, it's little Shrek.
Oh, I thought it was the squirrels. Welcome to Florida. I grew up in Florida, for sure. Yeah. Thanks.
At home in the swamp.
At home in the swamp. But you know what can cool these chips? This 125 watt TDP chip. You want to see what can cool it? Let me show you a picture of something that can cool it. Check out this boy. Check out this boyo. This is the IS47K, the new low-profile cooler from ID Cooling announced yesterday. It can cool 130 watt TDP.
Excuse me.
130 watts. Look at this beautiful thing. This is amazing. 100 biddies from Meat Whip. Woo. I'm about to drive through your area. How's the weather? I think it
was
clear.
Like cloudy earlier.
It's 84 degrees and cloudy. 84 and cloudy. Thanks for the biddies. So this is phenomenal. What was that one company that was made? CryoRig. They like died.
Yeah, they dropped
mysteriously.
Off the map.
They're gone. So this ID Cooling one basically replaces that. 92 millimeter fan that goes underneath. They are promising 100% RAM compatibility on Mini ITX.
Please.
Because it stops before the RAM slots. It overhangs the I/O shield.
It looks good.
Yes.
I'll say that. It looks real good.
$45.
Really?
Yep. Available from mid-June.
Huh. I like this.
This doesn't overclock at all. That's not how this works.
No, you wouldn't overclock on a low, especially a low profile thing, but for it to effectively cool, look good, and not cost like a heckin' ton.
Yes, it's 125 watts for the baseline, for the base clock and the base frequency boost. Yes. But hey, this is as far as I'm aware, the highest rated TDP cooling on a low profile cooler. The CryoRig C7 copper version was rated for 115 watts. So this doing 130 is a huge improvement. I don't know which one you're talking about, Wonder Waffle.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that.
I've never heard of Alpaphone. I mean, I guess if that one's good as well.
Alpaphone Black Ridge.
Ah. That one's cool looking. It's all in German, I can't read.
Probably why we haven't heard of it.
Black Ridge. Ooh, that's sexy looking.
Does look nice.
This looks a lot bigger, actually. Look at that overhang on that. It's large. It's sexy, though. And you can't use it for AMD systems? Many ITX motherboards from ASRock, Gigabyte, and MSI may have assembly problems due to the arrangement of the components. So that sucks.
And what's the ShadowRock TF2?
No idea. But we don't need a... The ID Cooling thing's really cool. That's it.
They were just saying 160 watt TDP and relatively low profile.
Mm. It's kind of wide, but it looks good. I would take that too. Take that too. And I would take 2 nanometers. Yes.
Wait, who's coming out with 2 nanometers?
TSMC is accelerating their 2 nanometer semiconductor node research and development, committing to putting $16 billion into it. 2 nanometers are coming fast. Okay. You know what? You know what would be great? Zen 3 is on 2 nanometers.
That's why they're
That's what I'm waiting for.
accelerating it.
Yes.
It all makes sense now.
I love it. More less nanometers, please.
Eventually, like, how do they keep shrinking it?
It's magic.
It's has to be at this point.
It's magic. Okay, that's how it all works. It's all fake.
I remember
magic.
my freaking 40 nanometer GPUs.
Yes, we had the world's first 40 nanometer GPU. We did a video on that. I think it was the ATI 4770.
Checks out.
Or we had that. Yeah. Anyways, in case it's old stuff, speaking of 40 nanometers, right? You probably were using a 40 nanometer GPU to play the original Command & Conquers. Maybe not. This might be earlier. But now it's available on Steam and Origin for the low price of $20. You can get Command & Conquer Remastered on Origin and Steam.
Is
Bam.
it out?
It's out. It's out. You can get it.
I want to check reviews first because these
Upscale stuff?
Yeah, the seemingly low budget remasters.
Yeah. I haven't heard of anything being bad like Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
Warcraft 3
Warcraft 3 is why I'm skeptical.
Yes, that's fair. Yeah. You know what you should be skeptical of, though? People on Twitter without verification marks, because you don't know if they're the real person. Well, I don't know if you guys heard, Twitter got rid of verification a while ago because people conflated being verified on Twitter with Twitter saying, hey, this is a good person. So, like, there were white supremacists and, like, terrorist organizations and leaders of bad groups all being, like, verified on Twitter. And people were like, how could you?
Disgusting.
It just means that this is the official person, not, like, I guess if you want us to allow him and other knockoff terrorists to be on here, we can do that. Anyways, they got rid of it for a while because they were reviewing their policies. Well, now they're planning on bringing back verification. Somebody found that it was leaked to them somehow where they can request verification. It looks like it's going to be coming back sometime soon. I would like to be verified on Twitter.
Twitter?
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah.
I forgot they even took it away, to be honest. Like, I remember there was
But people are still getting verified, though. So, like, there's accounts that have been created since they shut it down that are verified, and I'm not sure how they're making that happen. Yeah. Digital Foundry has said Command & Conquer is one of the greatest remasters ever made.
Hello.
So
I love especially the Red Alert series and everything.
You can play it and enjoy it. Potatoes May Cry, 6 months of a tier 1 sub.
Woo!
Hey, how's the potato research coming? Anybody crying yet? Any potate? Potate tearing up? Got some potate juice oozing out of the eye sockets? Put that in your kazoo and smoke it.
I mean, these do look like pipes.
You know what is smoking, though?
What?
Elon Musk's starships. All 4 of them have blown up. But Elon Musk has come out and said that starships are now SpaceX's top priority. Because obviously they finished all the Falcon 9 launches that they need to do. So now they just need to make sure that this thing, which is supposed to take us to the lunar surface, supposed to take us to Mars, won't blow up anymore and should be fine. Great.
I mean, this is the coolest looking rocket that's come out in the last how many years?
Really?
That's pretty cool.
I freaking love this thing.
It's cool.
It's
But for some reason it reminds me of it looks like something
it's
a
retrofuturism.
kid built
Yes,
in his backyard and covered it in tinfoil and whatever.
I like it because it reminds me of illustrations from the 70s of what we would be living like in the future.
Yes.
That's exactly why I do like it.
I like it. I enjoy it. It's beautiful.
At least it doesn't look like a pee-pee.
We'll believe it when it doesn't explode again. That's fair.
Yeah, seeing the video.
But it's supposed to. That's the whole thing.
Know,
they're checking to see. Yeah, they're checking to see if it explodes. And when it does, they're like, okay, now we have a reason why this explodes. Let's fix it for the next one. Oh, hey, now we have this other vulnerability we have to deal with. It's so good that they're actually exploding during testing because they're getting tons of information.
I know. I realized they're doing the test to see how it compresses, how it's so they can fix it for future models. It is scary though.
You know what else is scary? Amazon's Crucible.
What did it do this time?
Nothing. It's doing nothing, which is exactly the point. They are extending the preseason game indefinitely to refine gameplay, and they dropped 2 of the 3 game modes.
Why?
My guess, they haven't said why, but they're working on features and polish, and they're retiring the other 2 modes. My guess is, number 1, those game modes nobody liked, and so nobody was playing on them, so the queue times were probably insane.
Oh yeah.
So it's probably just easier to get rid of them.
And have like a solid matchmaking system for one mode.
Which probably isn't very good in the first place if they have to refine it more than they actually thought they would. This game is going to be dead. This is not going into full production. It's going to be in early access, beta, and then die.
Just like early access limbo for the next couple of years, and then
no,
cancel.
Not even that. Cancel in the next few months. If within a week of launching, they're already killing off game modes, like
that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that this is staying here. This doesn't look good for them. And they might just be like, oh, the server cost on this is way too high. Nobody's playing this game. Let's get rid of it. I think that's a possibility. Crucible was meh at best. That's the thing. It wasn't a game that you're supposed to play and be done with. You're supposed to keep playing it. It's one of those like online looting shooters.
It's weird. Also, I don't see companies like Amazon jumping into games successfully.
They're making that Lord of the Rings one.
I know.
I'm looking forward to it.
Worried.
Actually. No, I'm looking forward to the Gollum game.
What?
Yeah, Amazon is publishing a Gollum game.
What?
Yeah.
Gollum?
Gollum.
Oh, you play as Gollum?
I don't know how it works, but probably, yeah, you play as Gollum.
And it's his
point of view. Supposedly.
They rushed.
There's not a ton of details out.
So, like, you spend the game tracking the hobbits.
No, I think this is in between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
So you spend the game wallowing in misery.
No, because he didn't wallow in misery after he lost the ring.
I think he tried to track it down.
Exactly, and I think that's what it's for. Is that period of time.
But they're making up a story for it.
I don't know the details. They might be working with the Tolkien people to get it all done. Or they just might be like, we're going to have Andy Serkis do everything.
Just the entire thing.
Actually, it's been confirmed that the Gollum in the game is not based on Andy Serkis' Gollum at all. It'll be their own design.
Their take on it.
Yeah.
Tolkien had notes, I believe.
Well, let's talk about a game we do know about and where we got more information from a German podcast from CD Projekt Red talking about Cyberpunk 2077, which I said this to Reese yesterday. If Cyberpunk is a disappointment, that's basically, I'm done with 2020. I'm going to sleep from September to December.
Yeah.
I'm done.
That's a fair statement.
Yes. So Cyberpunk, the developers are saying that the improvement in level design from The Witcher 3 is as big of a gap from Witcher 2 as it was to Witcher 3. So that's pretty massive if that's true. They're going to try to limit map icons so that completionists don't stress out too much.
Like me.
Yeah. There will be about 3 times as many ways to solve a mission than in The Witcher 3.
Really?
Yes. With an example of you talk to someone, get shot, and instead of fighting back, you run away and buy a hamburger, but the mission has to continue.
So you could just essentially do what you want within the mission as long as you come back and get around to the mission.
Mm-hmm. What else was there? The villagers, which in The Witcher 3 just roamed aimlessly, they will have thousands of NPCs with handmade daily routines. Which is crazy.
Frick.
That's a lot of programming. Then they were proud that nobody leaked Keanu Reeves last year. And they're saying that inside of cyberspace, you'll be able to summon fantasy RPG-like creatures and warriors, which is basically a game in a game. And then they're saying that's going to be likened to Skyrim meets Tron in Cyberpunk. So Cyberpunk has cyberspace, and cyberspace is going to be like Skyrim plus Tron.
Cool.
I just want it to be like Final Fantasy and you summon a GF type thing.
That would be dope.
Oh, yeah.
Meets Pokemon. Yeah, there you go.
Light cycles.
Beautiful. See,
Hell
summon
yeah.
up a daggum dragon. Hell yeah. Woo! Hell yeah. Yeah.
I'm so down for this. Give me.
If this game sucks,
Yeah.
I'll be done.
Like, just from the sound of everything, combat is going to be wild. You can take it so many different routes.
Mm. We all know 2077 is a lie because the world ends December 2020. Ah, yes. I have faith in CD Projekt Red. I do too, but that doesn't mean that things can't go horribly wrong and it just comes out and it's just not good.
And it's a terrible time for everyone.
And it's just like, oh, you thought this would be fun?
No, this is a lifetime commitment. You have to hate it.
Yeah. But so there was gameplay last year at E3. Like, people got to play the game at E3. And they even said in that interview that some people were like, this is too Witcher 3 in some areas. And they went back and they were like, okay, we'll fix that. We'll make it not feel like The Witcher 3.
Taking actual gameplay feedback from not in the echo chamber.
Yes. But also the people who did play it at E3 last year, I heard a lot of positive reviews of just being like, it was only one part of the game, but it was good. So it's exciting. It seems like it should be fine. You will need a 2080 Ti to play it, but thankfully, according to fan speculation on the internet, the RTX 30 series will launch the same day. It'll be both. You can go to the store, you go to Best Buy, you pick up an RTX 3080 Ti with Cyberpunk, and you go home happy.
Nice combo deal right there.
Speaking of a combo deal, you actually don't need a combo deal. This is just a solo entree by itself, and that's the OnePlus Z is expected to launch in July 10th in India for $350 or less.
Or less.
You want to hear the specs on this?
Yes, please.
Snapdragon 765G, 6.5-inch 90Hz OLED,
Okay.
6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage.
Seriously?
Yep.
For $350 or less.
Or less.
Hello, OnePlus. You're doing the things that I liked OnePlus
This
for again.
would beat Pixel 4a easily.
Hands down.
Except for the only reason you get the Pixel 4a is for camera quality, which
That's
OnePlus
true.
can't fix no matter what.
They've struggled. But it's not a bad camera. It's
Yes.
just not the best.
We'll see if this ends up coming out in the US. Maybe it's an India-only phone somehow. But it would be great if it came out to the US and it was $350 for those specs. That would be great. I would love that.
In India, they're going against Oppo. I mean,
OnePlus has been in India for a while.
Yeah, they've been established in the market for almost since the beginning.
At $400, this phone's still worth it.
Yeah.
Still a very good price for those specs.
Especially if that display is actually 9 hertz.
Mm.
Smooth.
US price, 2 OnePlus Zs plus a Happy Meal for $99. I'll take that.
Same.
Go ahead and eat that. OnePlus 8 Pro does not have a great camera. I don't know where you're hearing the word great, but every reviewer that I listened and read was, it is a good camera.
Yeah, it's an acceptable, decent camera.
But is it iPhone 11 or Pixel 4 level? Nope. It's not flagship level best. It's good, but it's not great.
I have an Oppo phone and it's great. My brother,
Stop using the word great for garbage.
My brother
Sorry.
won a random Oppo phone in a giveaway.
It's like when Catelyn says her phone's great.
It's a good phone.
It's a good phone. It is acceptably usable. Why does everyone win giveaways but me? How many giveaways do you enter?
In fairness,
And technically, you won a giveaway from us, didn't you?
my brother wins a sketchy number of giveaways.
Yeah, I feel like some people are just
Their names stick out in the selection process somehow. Yeah.
Like he's won more than one phone.
Ah, see, that's why you're saying it's great, because you bought one. It's not great, my friend. It is good, it's acceptable, it does what it needs to do, but it is not a great camera phone. But let's talk about not a great browser for a second. Don't switch just yet, Kat. We got to talk.
Yeah, guys.
We got to talk about Brave browser for a second because they were caught doing some shady stuff.
Remember that browser that everyone told us to keep trying and spamming chat with?
Hey Brett, are you on Brave yet? Are you a registered creator with them? Because I'm using Brave because they trust me with me. They allow me to have my privacy, which I won a Palm 3 years ago with a humiliatingly good YouTube. Do you still have it?
Calm down.
Now I need it. I need that Palm Pre 3.
Says yes.
I need that. How can I send it? I don't know. We'll work something out maybe. Okay, so Brave browser, right? Touted as the bastion of not violating you whatsoever. It's going to be the people's browser.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't load you with cookies or trackers, none of that. They failed to mention that when you go to crypto sites like Binance and others, that they're just going to happen to do a quick little redirect on your URL and add in their affiliate link to their crypto website. So you can switch over now, Catlin. Brave privacy browser mistake added affiliate links to crypto URLs. The address bar was auto-completing searches for companies like Binance, which isn't exactly true. There's a lot of evidence that it was actually doing redirects and not just auto-completing. However, they said that if you turned off autocomplete, it wouldn't do it. So there is that. That's not sketch. This is hecka sketch.
That's heckin' sketch.
This is hecka sketch for a browser that is touted as being something that doesn't track or usurp the user's autonomy to then interject this without disclosing it. That's it. The fact that it was never disclosed goes against the fundamental premise that a lot of people use Brave for. If you used another link from other affiliates, they did not use theirs. Cool. I don't think that changes the fact that they shouldn't have been automatically doing it in the first place without letting people know. I don't think this is a problem. Google does this. Firefox does this. Redirects automatically happen, right? Brave pitched itself as being something better and something different. And then they did the same old crap that everybody else does without disclosing it. And instead of saying, hey, oh yeah, we are doing that because it's just standard practice, here you go, they came out and said that it was a serious error in judgment and that they are not going to do it again, adding that sorry for this mistake. They did it intentionally. They came out and said this was intentional. Sorry for this mistake. We are clearly not perfect, but we correct course quickly. We will never revise typed in domains again, I promise.
So they got caught and they issued an apology saying, yeah, okay, maybe we did something sketchy. Sorry, we won't do it again.
It's only sketchy if you're trying to hide it. That's it. This isn't so much a problem of what they did, but rather how they did it. Yeah.
The error was that they got caught.
Like if they put it in their documentation and it was very clear, but we can't find that. All we see is that they were doing it without disclosing it and then being like, oh, you saw that? Oh, man.
I'm so embarrassed.
I'll get rid of that. We didn't need that. Sorry. That was there so that we could earn money because we're a business, you know? He explained that the company was trying to build a viable business. Which makes sense. I get it. I get why it happens.
Disclosure.
Yeah.
It's important.
It's free money. It's totally okay.
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate. Adding an affiliate link when there isn't one, I get it. It's easy free money. But you can't do it without telling people. Yeah. How did people not catch this earlier? I don't know. I don't use Brave. I don't love Brave.
I don't love any browser, to be honest.
I don't like Bat. It's useless. I get the idea that they don't implement tracking cookies and thereby it's faster.
Yeah.
Like that's fine as touting yourself as a faster browser, sure. But they like pitch themselves as like a creator's browser, and like you can earn money from crypto. We have our own basic attention token and make money from us as a creator. It's so useless. There's nothing there. There's not enough people using Brave, and there's not enough people like that. Bat's not worth much. So it's just like, hey, cool. It's cool that you exist, but yeah.
I think if they didn't have the whole like built-in crypto thing, no one would have even known about Brave in the first place.
Exactly.
It would have been simply solved by them stating that they would add affiliate links in order to fund the browser not tracking your usage and stuff.
Nobody would have had a problem with that.
Zero.
Yeah. Not sure why people are so obsessed with Brave being so private. It's cool, I guess, but Google already has all of your information, so who cares? Some people care. Some people don't want to actively give away more information than they have to. And I get that. I'm okay with that. People taking that stance.
I just don't care enough, to be honest.
I have no reason for using Chrome other than it's familiar. I've been on it for over a decade now. So
To me, at this point, a browser is a browser. Let me do what I want.
yeah. Privacy on the internet's an illusion. Definitely seems like that. Bye, Agent Zippo.
Check ya. Chrome's just a memory hog.
Just get more memory.
Yeah.
Don't
What
have-
is this? 2019?
What, you can't go to downloadmoreram.com? What are you, some sort of pleb?
I only use the Vivaldi browser. Haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, I mean, that might be one of the reasons why, you know, I have 16 gigs of RAM on laptops just so I can keep all my Chrome tabs open. Download more RAM. It's easy peasy. What's wrong with you guys?
That's a throwback.
Yeah, the only reason I'd ever leave Chrome is if it actually became a functional issue for me.
Yeah.
I don't have any reason to leave it, and I haven't seen another browser that adds anything that I need.
Vivaldi is another Chromium variant.
Not Camels with the $3 dono saying, what's the expected Xbox price? They didn't say the expected price. They just said that they're going to have a monthly payment plan for you, and that it's going to be okay if you don't buy it because they don't care how many they sell.
Yeah, a lot of words we use that hinted towards this thing going to be expensive. Like more expensive than anything they've dropped before, and they don't expect people to be able to afford it right away.
It's either Firefox or Chromium, essentially. Pick your flavor. Yeah. Like even the ones that you think are different are just based on Chrome.
I think even it's Edge and Safari are now both based somehow on Chrome.
Yeah, they're Chromium.
Yeah.
I don't know if has Safari switched over
I think
completely?
it was a thing.
I remember them saying that they're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have fully.
Time to start saving and stop donating. Or you can just play on Game Pass and xCloud on your TV, because that's what they've said. That they're going to go for delivering games and not delivering the consoles.
Yeah, they want to aim for that. I mean, which is cool. Like, if you can buy a new TV that has like decent refresh rate or whatever, and then you can just stream games to it built in, I'm all for that future.
Do we all agree that Opera browser is the worst? I don't think people think that at all. Potatoes May Cry isn't stopping his donation. 3 tier 1 gifts. Screw Xbox. Wow. Some feisty words. Mythical Yeti Corn. Hey.
What's up?
Have you been here the entire time? How'd the Rona nose swab go?
Sounds fun. Opera just redid theirs to be Chromium.
There you go.
Everything's a flavor of Chromium these days.
Hey, no. Okay. I'm just noticing you. I'm clean. Okay. I didn't ask you about your bathing habits. How'd the Rona test go? Just a prick. I don't need to know about that either. if they're banking on games, then that must mean they're willing to put a lot of money and effort into first-party games. That makes me excited. Well, they have 15 studios that they have acquired in the past few years. So yes, that definitely seems like where they're going. Yay! Everybody celebrate Mythical Yeticorn not having coronavirus. Whee!
How is that sustainable though? By not buying a console, only focusing on games? They don't make their money from their console sales.
Well, no, they do. Okay, so this is a myth I want to dispel right this freaking moment. Okay, anybody who says that they make consoles at a loss does not pay attention to.
That.
Okay, yes, but I'm addressing something else. Okay. I know you didn't say that. You do not pay attention to the life cycle of consoles. They make a loss at launch. That's it. When the console launches, and maybe for the first year or two, they make a loss. Guess what? Sony is not making a loss on the PS4 Pro right now. They're not making a loss on the PS4. Why? Because the refinement has already been put in there. The technology is old. Everything is so much cheaper that they are making it for pennies of what they used to make it for, and they're selling it for the same gosh dang price. So they are not making a loss on the console. Okay? They're not losing money on consoles. Yeah. Okay? And how many consoles realistically sell the bulk of their stuff in the first year? Not most of them. Okay? Sony has sold over 100 million PlayStation 4s. Most of those sales came within like the last 5 years. They're on an upward trajectory. Okay? They're making money on consoles. We got more tier 1 subs. How many is that? 3 more. He's gifted 90. Wow.
Yeah, like
potatoes may cry. Thank you.
Sure, I've spent a couple of $100 on the console, but I've spent a couple of $1,000 on games.
Yes.
Software is where it's at.
Yes, correct.
As long as they can get that in the hands of people, fine. If they give them more access through streaming services and like xCloud, even better, because then, there's more people buying games, more people trying stuff.
We're done with hot news, though, so we can switch off of this and set me on fire, friend.
On fire?
Fire.
Oh, Jesus, there's fire. I didn't have time to grab my shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Potatoes May Cry gifting another 5 tier 1 subs.
So many.
That's a lot.
Ba-bam.
Ba-bam. Holy frijoles. Ayy. Fire. Oh, Lord Jesus, there's fire.
My goodness.
I don't have time to grab my shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. That's more subs than Subway. Potatoes May Cry equals Reese's grandma. Does your grandma know how to use Twitch?
I don't know.
Could she use Twitch if she really wanted to?
Probably because she figured out, all the streaming services more.
Sanamu's gifting a tier 1 sub. Thank you, Sonny boy. Really appreciate it.
Wow.
Woo! What's up, man? Sorry?
She's figured out more technology than I give her credit for.
Okay. Is she better or worse than your parents?
She actually adopted streaming services way before my parents did.
Wow.
She's like, I bought a smart TV, give me all the streaming.
Wow. Fantastic. It's good to hear. Existential question. When potatoes cry, is it vodka?
Yes.
No, that's when you leave them to bathe in their own tears.
Ooh.
Is it time for Cat's Kazoo Corner right now? No, we're going to be doing another PC build today. We're going to be doing another PC build.
Some cool stuff.
Yes.
Do that tech.
We got more tech going on.